Because with the road to Kilifi, it's like we came across this festival that happens New Year's beneath the baobabs. In every New Year's that happens there.
Yeah.
And the guy that started it is actually from England. And he just started a festival, like an alternative festival.
Backpackers.
Yeah. So they it's like an offshoot of that, you know. And then they just started bringing out, you know, like alternative artists, up and coming Kenyan artists, East African artists.
Yeah.
And it just became a thing. And you know, and then now they have like a parcel of land where they host people, you know, they have different festivals. Even this weekend there's a festival happening. And it's just they're trying to just kind of cultivate that because Kilifi has that alternative vibe about it. It's like it's not mainstream.
Nah.
You know, you want to go there if you want to just unwind, unplug, you know, just chill. Exactly. So they have that vibe about it. You know, they've got yoga nights and yoga weekends or whatever. So it's like, come to Kilifi, man. That's what I'm trying to say. Just come to Kilifi.
Kilifi is so good.
Yeah. So you moved to Kericho after that, you said?
Yeah, we went to Kericho when I was...
That's tea country.
Tea country, yeah. So any English listeners, your tea is not grown in Yorkshire. It's not grown in Yorkshire or Harrogate. It's from Kenya. Kericho, to be precise. So we went to Kericho. Dad changed jobs. So I went with him first, and then my sister joined and my mum joined us. And Kericho was nice, obviously, like with the different tribes. So Kericho, where we were mainly, you got the Kalenjin. I think it's mainly Kipsigis.
Yeah.
In Kericho. So I went to school there year 10, class 10 and 11.
Okay.
And then finished and went to Chemelil. Chemelil Secondary School, which is near Mohoroni.
Okay.
So on your way to Kisumu, Awasi, go in about the sugar plantations. And I remember actually every Wednesday was cross country day.
Okay.
And we'd run around the at the sugar plantation, and we'd stopping and breaking sugarcane and eating. But you could tell who was Kalenjin. They were at the front.
They'll be going.
I enjoyed living in Kericho because it's the whole thing of you're in one country. I keep saying to English people here, you're in one country and you go from one town to another, and the culture is completely different.
Right.
Like the cooking style, the way of
the
life.
Language, everything.
Yeah, the language, the courtesy even talking. There's things you do in Kericho that you wouldn't do in Mombasa and vice versa. Yeah, so I did enjoy going from the coast to living in Kericho. My Swahili was perfect going there, and people, someone from the coast.
Oh, yeah, because obviously Swahili
Swahili sanifu. And doing exams, teachers like, you better get 100% because you're from the coast. Insha. But and then obviously going to Chemelil, again, secondary school was mixed. I think I was probably the only one there was a guy, Isaac, my friend, we used to call him Garissa. He was from Garissa. His nickname was Garissa.
Fair enough, I guess. Was there another Isaac, or just that was only Isaac?
No. There was him, and then there was another Isaac.
Okay, all right, cool, fair enough.
So this Isaac is called Garissa.
Makes sense.
But again, a mix of cultures. We had Luos there, we had Kikuyus, we had Luyas, Kalenjins. We had mixed race guy Ray Ngeno. So I think his dad was Kalenjin, mom was English, I think. Yeah. So I think even now, being in this country and talking about diversity, my friends and relatives in Kenya are like, what? What even is that? Because we've grown up with people that are different to you. Like every second or third person in Kenya will be different to you.
Facts.
And just because we're the same color doesn't mean, like my mom is Kikuyu, dad is Luo. That is probably as close as English to Chinese. You look, historically they hated each other. The language is completely different.
Right.
The culture fairly different as well. So I think where we grew up in Kenya, I'd say it sets you up for life. Whereas here, someone grows up English, you're all speaking English, and that's all you know. Like even Nick has traveled. I traveled the world a bit, and you struggle with how narrow-minded some English people can be.
They haven't travelled.
Yeah.
They haven't, people do leave the UK, but might go to Spain or something.
And be in one hotel for 2 weeks.
Just speak English. Yeah. Have fish and chips and that's it. Yeah. I think traveling is. I mean, that opens your mind up so crazy. Yeah. And I mean, traveling at a young age as well. That must have been open like because from Mombasa to Kericho to where did you go after?
So from Kericho I went to Kisumu.
Damn.
Yeah. And again, Kisumu is like
that's a whole nother place in itself. Yeah.
Like Mombasa Raha, and then there's Kisumu Raha as well. Kisumu, oh my god.
Yeah.
People love life in Kisumu. Like drinking, like the drinking culture. I know Kenyans love to drink. In Kisumu, you go midweek. People have like bottles, mzingas on the table midweek. I think how are these people living? But that's how people. You work hard, and you play hard as well.
You play harder.
Yeah. Oh yeah, play harder.
You play hard. Have you been to Kenya, Nikki?
Yeah, we just went in June.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How did you find it?
Really nice. Yeah, I was gonna say Kisumu was really beautiful.
Oh, you went to Kisumu as well?
Yeah, Kitmikai stand up. Have you seen Kitmikai?
I've never been to Kisumu. Yeah.
Do a road trip to Kisumu.
Bro, next year we might have to do that as well, innit?
Yeah, Kisumu is so good. Yeah, I've got cousins. I have a few joints in Kisumu as well. There's one called Alleyways.
Okay.
Every I think they have a night every day. There's a different night.
Yeah.
And it's packed.
Just vibes.
Yeah,
every night.
Because people come from Maseno Uni, which is I think half an hour from Kisumu City Centre.
Yeah.
And they just pop in there. But yeah, it's good. We took her to Masai Mara where I proposed in Masai Mara.
Nice.
That's pretty good. But yeah, I'd say we've said that when we do start a family, we'd rather our kid grows up in Kenya.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Even if it's school here and then holidays back home.
Yeah. But they have to experience that. Yeah. It's important. It's important. That's amazing. Kisumu, it's so bad that I've never been to Kisumu. Like literally my right hand, my boy, my closest Cody is from Kisumu. And I've never been, which is terrible.
To get there.
Yeah, hotel ID. He's actually got a hotel out there called Pinecone Hotel. So if you're ever in Kisumu, check out Pinecone Hotel.
Where is it?
You're asking the wrong person. You're asking the wrong person completely. I just know it's in Kisumu. It's in Kisumu CBD, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We didn't go to the city.
Yeah, we didn't go.
Oh, you didn't go to the city?
No.
Okay. Yeah, Pinecone Hotel. Check it out, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like it's embarrassing at this point. I need to go. It's embarrassing at this point.
Kisumu is so good.
Yeah. No, I need to go.
It gets hot though.
Where did you guys go in Kisumu?
So obviously we went to my nan's in Seme. And we stayed. What's the place? We stayed at this place called Alabama, which is near my auntie's place in a place called Darajambili. English speakers.
Darajambili,
that's basically two bridges. Yeah. So my auntie lives near there, so we just stayed at this place called Alabama. It's a nice, chilled place. Not too expensive. You got a swimming pool there. You can just chill,
just enjoy it.
But yeah, I think next time I'll definitely take Nikki to. Actually, we were gonna go to the CBD, but so we borrowed my auntie's car, dropped her off at our place, and then on the way to go there, the rain, because Kisumu is hot during the day, and then at night it's just
like rainforest weather.
Yeah,
really.
And then you know what Kenyan cars are like? You can only see like 10 steps in front of the car. I was like, nah. So we just stayed at my auntie's and had dinner there. Yeah.
Dope. And then Kisumu. So Mombasa, Kericho, Kisumu.
Yeah, Kilifi.
I forgot Kilifi. I can't forget Kilifi. You can't forget Kilifi.
For me, Kilifi is home for me. Even though being a Luo, my traditional home is Seme.
Yeah,
for me,
is it Dala?
Dala, yeah. My Dala is Seme Kore. But my heart's in Kilifi.
Yeah.
Because that's where I went to school.
Yeah.
From 4 years old all the way till 12, 13.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so my heart's definitely in Kilifi.
Yeah, and those are the formative years.
Yes.
Those are the years that make you... But that's why you're so chilled. It's the
Probably.
Kilifi in you.
The Mombasa... Actually, I saw a tweet the other day, someone mocking people from the coast saying they're lazy or they're too chilled. And I'm like, just because people choose to take life steady doesn't make them lazy.
But still, it is what it is, yeah, honestly.
Yeah, if you compare Mombasa to Nai,
yeah,
like Nairobi, sometimes it's just too helter-skelter.
Too fast,
it's like, why? Like sometimes I come in to London from.
I was just about to say that's what people were saying about London.
I'm going down the escalator. I'm just standing there.
People are just like,
excuse me. The tube is every 2 minutes. What's the stress?
Bro, I'm gonna be 2 minutes late. Huh? I don't want to be that 2 minutes. I don't want to be that 2 minutes late.
It's so unnecessary.
Yeah, London. It's city life, isn't it? I guess it's terrible. It gives you anxiety because you just you're always feeling, you always feel like you have to move, you have to do something. Your mind is always, and it's never settled. It's crazy.
Yeah, and someone was saying on the thread on the street, saying how, like, growing up in such an environment, like in Nairobi, you'd say, oh, this weekend we went to Westlands, but someone is like, oh, but it's not Muthaiga.
Yeah.
Or you didn't go to is it
Runda or
Kempinski, or you didn't go to Runda.
Yeah.
Whereas in Mombasa, you go clubbing in Mombasa, people are in shorts, vest,
sandals.
Yeah. And you have the best time.
Yeah.
So it's just more about who you're with, what you are within yourself. Because you can even go to the best Dean Kempinski with mates. But if deep down you're not good, your head's not good mentally,
you'll always be chasing something.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's important. That's true, actually.
Yeah.
Vicky, where did you grow up in the UK?
Yeah, Hertfordshire.
Oh, nice. Oh, not too far then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So kind of, it was like in a big town, but near the countryside. So
Yeah.
I did live in London for 8 years.
Oh, nice.
And
okay.
now we live on a farm, so it's a very different life.
But then I guess you had that balance of like city is close enough, but then
Yeah.
the farm is the countryside is still local.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like every time I come into London, I'm like, oh, I miss London, but it's nice to come visit. I think go home. That's quite far.
I could
slow down the pace a bit.
Quiet, but yeah.
Yeah, no ambulances, no fire engines.
Bro.
We're like where we live, when it's dark, it's dark. No street lights.
Yeah.
It's just
Lights
pitch
out.
black. Yeah, proper. Yeah, honestly.
Lights out is lights out.
Like you see the stars you see.
Yeah, but it's beautiful though, isn't it?
In London, you look up maybe a few planes. I don't think you see many stars.
The only stars you see are planes.
Yeah,
honestly.
flashing stars.
Flashing stars, bro.
Yeah,
honestly, yeah. No, you need to like. I don't know if you can organize something where we can come down to the farm or come see you guys.
It's cooking. Don't worry.
We need to come and see, bro. We need to bring some Kenyans out there, man. Honestly, make that happen, man.
We could do a Mambo Zuri episode on the farm,
bro. That's a plan.
Let's do it.
That's a plan, bro. I'm down for that. Yeah.
Plan something next summer.
Yeah. No, 100%. No, 100%. We can do a road to where's the area?
Upton Grey.
Upton Grey.
Yeah.
Upton Grey.
Road to Upton Grey.
We're coming to Upton Grey.
Yeah.
There's a place around the corner called Upton Park. Not Upton Park, Upton Grey.
Yeah.
We're coming to Upton Grey, man. That's dope. Yeah.
That'll be good.
Yeah, even just engaging the younger ones as well and the Kenyan community. And as Kenyans, we should be farmers, man. I feel like it's in our blood. The Bantu people, you know what I mean? Yeah. We're farmers naturally, so we should be, we love buying land. I'll say Kikuyu men, we like buying land.
Yeah, Lewis, but my dad just buys land for fun.
It's in us, you know what I mean? You can't just buy land and sit on it. You gotta cultivate it,
Yeah.
And it's a big I'll say it's a big thing for the new government I've been talking about in Kenya. I don't know if you pay attention to politics in Kenya.
A bit, yeah.
They've been talking about how to grow, the agriculture sector, and also the manufacturing sector. And it's something that's, at the forefront of the agenda, they say, for feeding the nation and whatever. But it's like, it gets to a point where they're like, you don't see them doing enough. They just talk a lot, There's a lot of, and I don't know would you have any ideas of how that could be, what are things that could be, what are steps that can be taken from the government perspective to help
get me there.
The common farmer?
Give me a month. actually, a friend, my cousin's friend who's sort of travels here in Kenya. I think she's probably related to someone in the government there.
People don't talk about when they're in the government. They do.
No, yeah. And so she was telling me, oh yeah, you're in farming. You need to come and work for at the agriculture ministry.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking the way we do things back home. I think I've lived here for too long now. I'm a doer rather than a talker. Like we talk too much back home. And I think there's so much talking of, oh, I've done this, I've got land I'm sitting on.
Yes.
Just do something.
They just buy land.
Like actions speak louder than words.
Thanks.
You could say, oh, I'm going to do this, like when you're in a rally and people are there cheering, you probably paid them 50 shillings each. People are cheering you. But when you look at the action, if there's no action, then your words mean nothing. So I would say, from a government point of view, I think probably facilitating sort of opportunities for people to sell their produce, because it's not like land isn't available in Kenya.
Yes.
And I would say nearly everyone in Kenya has access to land, because whether if you're living in a city, you have a grandmother somewhere, you have a shosho or a nani somewhere, or a nyanya somewhere. you can go back to somewhere you call home, and there's always land there.
Right.
Like no one would tell me that their grandmother is in Westland. Maybe living there, but they have.
There is,
Really?
but there is people who have like their I guess ancestral home is in
nice.
the city. Yeah, but then obviously they'll have like a land.
Great.
They'll still have like a farm within the land. You know what I'm saying? They'll still have some like an acre where they're planting something. They might have some sheep or chickens or something.
So Kenya.
So there's always land available. You're right. Yeah,
I would say, as opposed to here where people struggle with access to land, in Kenya we don't have struggle for access to land. Probably the issue is the market.
Yes.
Like I remember watching a YouTube video of this pig farmer in Western, I think Bungoma somewhere.
Yeah.
You're saying, nguruwe yangu nimekuwa hapa nikingojea Farmer's Choice lorry for like 5 years. How are you waiting? You're waiting 5. Wow. That pig is not even fit to eat anymore. Nguruwe imezeeka 5 years.
What's a pig's lifespan, by the way?
Well, they could probably live to 8-10 years, but then if you're eating,
if there's a market,
yeah. Like if you compare like beef, a cow could live even for 18 years.
Yes,
but you want to eat it when it's in its prime, not when it's eating gumbo. So I would say the issue in Kenya is access to market, and then you also have knowledge.
Okay.
So
like the education side of it.
Yeah, education side of things. And I've even seen videos of like Farm Kenya on YouTube. I think Citizen do something and KTN.
Yeah.
And it's good that they're trying to do something.
Right.
But you look at some of the information on there, I'm like, where did they get this info from?
Oh, really?
Like I remember watching a video and the intro was,
how we like alternative facts.
Yeah. Like, how we like gassing people up in Kenya. Like, this is the best pig farmer in Kenya telling us how to pig farm. The guy saying, when you take the piglets from the sow, which is the mother, when you take the piglets from the sow, don't give the sow any food for 5 days until she comes on heat. Just give her water. Meanwhile, in the UK, when you take the piglets off the sow, you double the food to the mother. It's called flushing, to give her as much nutrients as possible. She produces a lot of eggs.
Right.
So by the time she's mating with the boar,
there's
eggs there available for all the sperm to fertilize.
Right.
So this is a channel on YouTube telling the whole country
he's the best pig
farmer and gassing things like that.
Yeah.
So I think information and education is another issue. And then another one, I'd say work ethic. Please. Wakenya, my fellow Kenyans. Work ethic, please, is non-existent, man. So we had a guy that used to work for us in Kisumu. I went to Kenya one year, I think it was 2018. My dad was like, just go have a look at what the farm manager's doing. Check him out. I get there. So we had layers, so chicken layers. So the guy lives next to the shed. So I get there in the morning. How's it going, man? This is this. What time do you start work? Like, how are the chickens? What time do you start work? 9. 9 a.m. The chickens wake up at 6.
They're already awake.
The chickens wake up at 6. By 10 o'clock, it's like 35 degrees.
Yeah.
The chickens are hot. The chickens should be out at that point.
Right.
Okay, so why are you starting so late? He didn't have an answer. And then you're looking at the chicken, how the chicken's doing, what's the laying percentage? Again, goes back to education. It's been doing good. It's been doing 80-85%. But this day it dropped to 30.
In terms of laying eggs?
Yeah, laying eggs. Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, how did it drop to 30? After doing some digging, this guy, he runs out of food, layers food.
Yeah. Goes
to the shop without pre-ordering. You have to pre-order.
Right, of course.
They've run out of layers food.
Of course.
He gives them broiler. Unapatia kuku that's supposed to kutaga mayai. You're giving it food for chickens for meat.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're not going to lay eggs.
Doesn't make sense, yeah.
So within a month, I told my dad, sack this guy.
Go.
Yeah. And it's just simple things like, I think we have that thing of, like, some people don't work hard enough. And yes, there are people in Kenya that work hard. But I think as a general consensus I've seen, the few times I've gone to Kenya, there are people that are just happy with mediocre. And we can't have mediocre because we're in a society now. like my uncle told me, that you need to think Pan-African rather than just Kenyan.
Yeah.
See, like as a Kenyan, you're competing against fellow Kenyans. You're competing against South Africans, Botswana,
Ugandans,
Tanzanians, Rwanda, Burundi, Nigeria. You look at our brothers in West Africa. They work. People work hard. Northern Africa, Egypt, and all that, Ethiopia. So if you're just gonna sit there and be mediocre in Kenya, don't expect to get anywhere because everyone else, even other people coming to Kenya and working harder than you. Yeah, so I think those three things: access to market, education, and the work ethic needs to change.
Yeah. Okay, all right, fair enough. That's interesting. I think there's been a lot said in terms of imports. Right now, there's a big kerfuffle about imports from Uganda, Tanzania, whatever. So hopefully things change. With the new government, with the new new administration. And they actually see the worth of agriculture in the society. You know what I mean? Because Kenya, we should be producing our own food. We shouldn't be
Ugandans are serious.
Well, Ugandans are serious at what they do. We import a lot of Ugandan food. A lot of Ugandan food.
So where our farm is, we're close to Busia.
Yes.
We were selling eggs, let's say, at rough figure, 200 shillings.
Yeah.
A Ugandan would bring eggs, 180.
Yeah.
Finish you.
Yeah. Your market's done.
And as a Kenyan, I could easily be like, oh, can't believe the Ugandans are coming here. But fair play to the Ugandan, because they've seen it as a market. If they can produce the product for less money, bring it all the way there and still undercut the 20 shillings.
That's also the government playing a part in that too.
Yeah,
they might own, they own, someone will pay them off, whatever. They'll look the other way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's that government side of like policy and how do you make sure that we get the first pick of whatever. So I guess it's finding that balance, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, it's a situation that needs looking at, because agriculture, as you said, it's a critical part of life. It's what we need. We need food. We need to eat.
Yeah.
You got to eat, man.
I know, man. You need to eat. You
gotta eat, man. No stress.